Hi everybody, this is Joanna. Thank you so much for tuning in, and today we're going to have some fun. Yay, fun. That's what everybody's looking for. We've talked about this so many times, and we brought this forward in so many of our radio shows and our videos, but it's really, really key to maintaining, sustaining your vibration, the core resonance of who you are, and allowing yourself to slip within this 5D experience of divine relationship, creative expression through divine relationship. And my body's already starting to clear as they talk about this, because it's about sacred play. Sacred play is the expression of who we are as sacred divine beings with creator, creation, all that is, source creator, God, all that is consciousness. Imagining that we are the micro macro, these beautiful energies of sacred geometry that are held within the divine song that is source creator, and allowing ourselves to truly understand that each and every one of us are the beautiful sacred vessels of source creator. And what does that mean in our every moment unfolding our divine relationship with all that is? The process of ascension is not necessarily just maintaining a light body. There's a lot of movement and experiences that move through that. And again, we've offered many times that ascension is not just the accessing of the light body, you know, and most do not have it in their deep souls, journey to see and to be and to experience that light body. We don't come here just for the light body. There's a lot that has to happen in between. And what we have forgotten in many of the eons of where we've come from is our value, our importance, and our requirement of who we are as play. That's who we are as that sacred song, as that sacred relationship with source and all that is creation. In the process of awakening who you are, what you exist within, and what exists within you, and exploring and expressing and experiencing all that you are, the relationship between you and source becomes ever threaded within, this is my true excitement, this is my soul's desire, this is my soul's passion, because part of the awakening process is not only to let go of all the densities from the illusions and the inherent densities and limitations from fear and greed and all of those experiences that we've come from, but as the spiral of time continues, we're now hopping on these new experiences to step into these higher vibrational co-creation potentialities, and it's done through that excitement of creative expression. That is that what is that excitement within me that really allows me to share who I am. And this in and of itself is the divine sacred play. How we express who we are, how we explore who we are, how we experience who we are is that it's that ongoing moment for moment breath movement as source creator. How can I express who I am today? How can I explore all that I am today? How can I experience more of who I am today? That is that moment ever flowing journey with source creator as source. And it obviously, for everyone, it requires that we let go of all of the paradigm minutiae that we've come with through the DNA, the lineage, and the akash, and all of the socioeconomic conformity that we're all breaking away and pulling back the skin, if you will, and the releasing of all the layers and the density that hold us in lower vibrational conformity. We say lower because it really keeps us stagnant and repeating cycles that inhibit that growth and exploration to expand and press out. And the only way that we process and move through that is creative expression. The more that we express who we are authentically and with great joy and with great sacredness, with great honor of being who we are with source creator, the divine benevolent balance of centeredness with mother and father as the sacred child, we are curious. I want to expand. I want to be the adventure of who I am. I want to express the adventure of who I am. And yes, it's going to be different. It's going to grow. It's going to change and shift. And this is what my teens have been telling me, is that when you start expressing who you are as the sacredness of that beautiful journey that is source, you start activating the other aspects of you that are bringing in that creative experience that puts new dimensionality to your expression, i.e. painting and drawing and writing and orating and all of those energies that you as an expressive being of source really wants to co-create and explore and experience. And that's required because that continually pushes out evolution, that continually presses out and activates the field of consciousness that we all exist within. So what I wanted to bring up today, and one of my beautiful love passions is singing sacred song and sacred sound. It's my reason for coming to this planet Earth, along with many other things, because I'm so excited about so much that is source creator. But what I've been awakening to is the energies within the field, because as my fields and all that I am get activated, I'm activating more of what's going on in the fields and what's going on with Gaia, because I'm really connected in the beautiful essence and love that I have for Gaia and the energies that we're all come from and come with. And how we can, in every moment, in all that we're experiencing, regardless of how we define it, because remember, definition is only from the perspective of vibration that we hold and based on the cycles that we've come from. So the more that we can stay and remain centered in neutrality, the more open we are to the potentiality of what Source can offer through us and to us and for us. And that takes mastery and that takes practice, because the ego and the patterns and everything that has been so steeped in those programs for eons just continue to run on cycles of patterns. And they don't serve us in any way. It's now time for us to step out of those patterns and start exploring and expressing ourselves anew. And why all of the systems of our socioeconomic experience will change. Everything will change, because it will become the relationship of who we are as expressive beings of light. How we care for one another, how we honor one another, how we align who we are in our greatest light to express who we are without apology and without feeling as if we've got to dim who we are to suit the social conformities of what others expect of us, what society expects of us, what past experiences expect of us. Because as we do, we're allowing that vision of who we are as our highest light to also be emulated to those that are in fear of change. Because the reason why those act and behave in the way that they do is because they're fearing where that experience is now offering to them. Does it offer them to look within themselves and find out who are they really expressing who they are with authenticity? Are they fitting within roles and conformity that no longer suit them, and having to ask those questions that actually allow them to seek who they are with Source? What I wanted to get from that is that we all understand that we offered in our last video about it's the heart and the consciousness of who you are threaded with Mother, Father that allow you to see and explore and create your reality. So we're gonna offer that, but in the frequency of sound, and how that in every experience, regardless of how we define it and label it, because again, it's from vibration, and if we remain neutral, then all is the potentiality to be one in the all, and that's the key. That as we're soaking within our sacred play and just allowing ourselves to explore, express, and experience all that we are as Source, in whatever moment that we're offered from our higher selves, our souls, and our guides, and all of it is beautiful and sacred, to come forward and express in new ways. I'm clearing just as I'm talking about this. It's so important and so key. We're allowing ourselves to heal those aspects of us that bring those experiences to us to be seen. And that requires a pause. We all know it. In what we see in our reality as those experiences that can feel triggers and throw us off or call us back into those cycles and programs, is because there's always those aspects of our particle fragments, if you will, micro, macro, that allow us to see anything within our field and not within our field, because oftentimes we come to play with those just to be the light and offer the light. So oftentimes it's not necessarily an innate reflection. Not always, it's not. And that's where the misunderstanding is for a lot of light workers and empaths and crystal children and earth angels, whatever we want to call it. Oftentimes we come just to simply be the light. But because of the conformity and the programs that we've been in, we've run into conformity and we're sliding back into lower vibrational programs of behaving because it's comfortable, and we dim our light to fit in. So what we're saying now is that sacred play, that sacred expression, that sacred co-creation of all that you are in the experience of who you are, the expression of who you are, allows yourself to heal in every way on all timelines, all dimensions, all realms, when you allow yourself to be within that playful relationship of any and all moments, regardless of how we define it. So that we're actually healing those fragments of distortion, of dissonance, of discordance. It doesn't matter who it's coming from and what it is, because your consciousness is the profundity of Source. It's the profundity of Source. So if one offers the love in all moments as your sacred playing, you're healing everything and the all. And that is the vibration of allness, of oneness. And so as you do continue to play and continue to get comfortable with who you are as sacred expression of Source, of the sacred play of Source, then you will less and less see and experience and feel those those vibrations, because you're becoming more and more in alignment, pure alignment of who you are as that sacred expression, that relationship with joy, that relationship with all is one, that relationship with you are love, I'm love too. Instead of, because it will take that mastery practice, because oftentimes, because that's how the self sees itself outside of the self, is it becomes in that conformed experience that, and we then relay it back to what the psyche has been wounded in. You know, oh, I'm not accepted, I'm being judged, and I was left out, and I was brought up in dogma that ran program after program after program, and it didn't create, you know, authenticity of expression and devotion to sensitivity, all of those things. Doesn't matter what comes in, because everyone's experience will be different on whatever it is they're healing, because everyone has varied layers of threads and peeling away those skins of what doesn't serve, because it's not true authenticity of who we are as the expression of source, because it's ever changing, it's ever expanding, it's ever evolutionized. And each moment that we sit within that center, that crucible, where we're fanning out in that relationship of sacred expression, we can send that loving expression and an experience of who we are innately as source to all that is within the experience, healing and loving it all. And so remember that we are that micro macro that's saying, I am the cell, I am the micro experience, I am the expression of sacredness of source, and I'm going to release any and all healings in my sacred expression. Who am I in this moment? And how may I love all that I am in this expression? How may I flow all that I am in this expression? How may I believe and know that I am the expression of source in all that I sing, in all that I portray, in all that I sound, in all that I paint, in all that I write? I am source, and I am ready for me. That innate knowingness, that innate surety of expression, that innate knowing and believing that I am the expression of sacred gift, you're sending those vibrations that are healing all of those particles that are within you that's calling up to be healed and cleared and released in all of those eons that said it wasn't safe. Transcending and sometimes stepping over what we've talked about before is those glitches, you know, those patterns that seemingly won't let you go over. And that's an illusion. There is nothing that will not allow you to heal. It is your knowingness and your faith that you are one with source. And nothing that is outside of you will allow you to feel that expression of holiness, that expression of purity, that expression of love that is source within you. Nothing outside of you. And it's always, always, always the journey of within who you are as source. But oftentimes, because we are, again, coming from systems of the self outside of itself and appearing itself separate, that we're healing. Those that are within the soul tribe and those that are within the collective, and why it's so, so important, again, that the teams kept showing me last week in that private client session I had with a longtime client that's been coming to me for years. And they were showing me those experiences that in our expression and in our sharing of ourselves authentically and joyfully, we allow one another to remind ourselves and remember, and it's triggering those codings of remembrance of, yes, I'm divine too. And sometimes, oftentimes when, and we have all been through this in Ascension, and I've written about this in our book #1, when you first come into your awakening stage, there are those and the experiences that we have ourselves as, that doesn't sound right. And the initial phase of awakening in any new experience, in any new thought, any new paradigm, any new idea, any new vibration, is to judge it, is to discount it, is to argue against it, is to fight it. Because that is the system and the paradigm and the pattern that's showing it. It's out of the norm. We've come from eons of norm. Why are you not being in the norm? And that's that working the energy to higher vibrational experiences. And it's okay that whatever experiences that you may be experiences that may feel like that, whether it's you tapping into a new vibration that you're just like, well, that doesn't feel right, you know, and you're just fighting it the whole way. But there's a part of you within you that knows and feels the vibration of its truth. So that's why awakening also allows you to realign to your discernment, to your higher truth, to what is value of you. And that's a vibrational experience, and it can't be duplicated. It can't be told to you. Someone can't tell you what your truth is. You have to feel for it. You have to honor it and say, this feels right for me. I'm going to hear that again. And why we always often in our videos listen to it 2 or 3 times, because there's various codes and upgrades, and your teams are working on your higher self, that the second and third time you listen to it, the fourth time you listen to it, you're going to hear something different, and the download will be activated. So it's not just a one-off thing. And awakening is that. And they've showed me many times that, and this is also goes for dream reflection in your daily self-care, if you do dream analysis or you do journaling. When you write something in the moment and you're reflecting on a dream, you're reflecting on something's happening in an integration process. Once you awaken to something, a new idea, a new concept, a new vibration, a new process, you know, a new way to do art, then you sit back and you reflect upon it softly and gently, and you muse as that curious child. Doing it a few times and in different ways and in different environments, you're activating different multidimensional experiences for yourself. If you're sitting under the tree, it's going to be different than when you're sitting in your house next to a noisy kitchen, because you're one with the environment and all that is source. You'll be activated and allowing yourself to be one with all that is flowing within you. Again, I'm clearing within and without. It's all one. And this is where I wrote in the book one is that your experience of anything that you desire to explore, express, and experience for yourself as source is always perfect for what's moving through you and what needs to be transmuted and experienced. And the Master Yeshua, Jesus, was showing me last week, or the week before, that when we're allowing just everything to come forward and unfold, and when your bodies get turned on and your fields get turned on and you're feeling and sensing things of others around you, allow that, just allow it. Because it's processing and allowing the things that are within your field and within your bodies that need to be transmuted and released, as well as, this is important to those empaths and crystals that all have come here, that think that they've attracted things in their experience because it's of their own doing and their own vibration. Not always a no. You know, it's not, ascension is not something you can pocket and an umbrella under one statement. It just isn't. There are those of us that have come that have come to be those pillars of light because of the systems and the conditioning that we've been brought up into of guilt and shame and all of those experiences that we're healing. We sometimes take those on as our own, but they're not. You can come as this pure, beautiful angel of light just to be that vibration of light for others. But what we're here to remember, and here is an important experience that I'm here to offer all of creation, is that for all of those children that feel the guilt and the shame and the blame, to walk, and what we've talked about in so many of our videos, again, this is a threading process, and if I could show you what I'm seeing and feeling in one moment, so many threadings going on right now, multidimensionally, it's so crazy. Everything is connected, and this is, I'm seeing it and I'm feeling it at a multidimensional level. So I'm trying to, when I speak fast, it's because there's so much going on, I'm trying to get it in. It's like reading 8 books at once and all the pages are turning at once. That's what it feels like. So empower, inspire, and encourage your children to speak and be their own truth, that they are not for the fault and the blame and the guilt that is in the collective that everybody's healing and clearing, and that those that are walking around that are moving through their karma and they're moving through their clearing and moving through their experiences of clearing and cleansing. It's important that the children know that standing in their own light and clearing and cleansing their own fields and calling up their light experiences and shields, so that they're not feeling as if they're to blame for all of, you know, the stuff that's being cleared right now from everybody and all things. And as empaths and crystals, that's sometimes what the beliefs that we take on and what's been presented out there in the awakening world, because this is new for all of us. We're entering into 5D new. But there's so much that we're here just to be the light, just to explore and allow others to know that they're also light. And at some point, their souls and their higher selves will awaken. And they will let go of the judgment. They will let go of the anger. They will let go of the hatred. They will let go of all of those things that allow them to feel not this. They will awaken to the fact that I am this. I'm one with this. So what we wanted to express back to this is that as you're expressing, exploring, experiencing all that you are, seeing the oneness in the all, allowing yourself to be the oneness of all things. Remember, allow to return to your center. I am neutral with all things, but I'm going to explore whatever it is that you're happy to explore. Therefore, that neutrality is within all things, and you're allowing all experiences to be allowed in that moment for whatever is needed at that point in time. Because what Master Jesus has showed me is that it's not, your allowance allows that highest experience of transmutation to occur, and it's not for us at this stage to know and understand and dissect the minutiae of what that means. Meaning that an experience that when I walked into a room, because I'm so empathic, because my fields are so activated and turned on at a multidimensional level, I'm able to see it, feel it, hear it, and sense it in more ways than can be explained and determined that we have words for. And then immediately, because of the programs that we're coming from, one goes back to, well, I must have attracted this. I must have something in my field. And then you go back into the worrying and clearing your field and all that kind of stuff. No. What he presented me with is that because of the light and the consciousness that is within, and the Merkaba that we are now connecting with, the teams that you now come with, the heavens that you now walk with, the earth that is now activating, the Gaia, the fairies, the elemental, all that you are as becoming walking with the heavens, your field is now transmuting what others are projecting and putting off because they're not clearing their fields. They're not honoring who they are and loving themselves and caring for their fields and their bodies and so on and so forth. So your bodies are picking up that and transmuting it as it's in your space. So it's not necessarily that you're attracting and it's coming into you and all of those experiences that we then blame and shame and self-guilt, and then you're having to work your way back up the bubble of energy and vibration. It's an infinite number of experiences. So again, allow yourself to let go of what you think it might mean and just be okay with where things are at, and knowing that it's moving through you, and you return to your center of neutrality and be the love and express and explore and experience who you are through your excitement, always staying in your lane. My lane is my truth with source. I walk as the light. I express myself. I experience myself in new ways in every moment because I'm evolving. I'm ever pressing out. I have new gifts. Allow yourself to constantly return to, I know who I am. I am one with source. I'm aligned with source. This is my highest path. Therefore, all that's coming into your fields and you're reacting, you're always maintaining that beautiful, most highest light field of who you are, and allowing whatever activations need to occur, because it's also both. It's this and that you're also clearing it for whatever they're coming in, but also you're clearing probably a minute particle within your field that held doubt and judgment against yourself when you were small, for instance. Or you picked it up from someone else yesterday, for instance. So again, it's not up to us to dissect the minutia of it and say this belongs to that. That's irrelevant. But in this awakening light worker experience, one can get really caught up in all that minutia, and it doesn't have to be. What we're saying is that there's an infinite number of experiences that one has in the micro macro experience. The powerful experience to honor the sacred play, to honor your sacred expression, is that centered alignment and always living in the shining light that you are, to show all others that they are also love. They are also perfect. They are also children of source. They are also the expression of source. Your okayness with it, your beauty of it, your sacred excitement to be who you are, your sacred exploration and eagerness to be who you are, sends that loving vibration into the field of the all, automatically clearing and cleansing so much that we don't even see and know. And so what I was experiencing, we're just saying that as most of what I offer is the multidimensional vibrational interplay of heaven and earth becoming heaven, us becoming our awakened heavenly beings through the heavenly body, is the practicality of what we move through every day and why we feel what we feel, how we feel what we feel, and how can we continue the transition into the infinite. And so when your fields, your multidimensional fields, your magnetic fields, your intuition, your multidimensional etheric field, your mental body field, your physical field, and your, I said all the fields, right? And the magnetic fields of Gaia, especially with these gateways and these portals that are coming up, like the 1111, and then we've got the winter solstice, really big gateways, and we're always being bathed in new ascension energy and light. Your codes are always being upgraded. Your systems are always being upgraded. Your multi-dimensional sensory systems. And why, when I go through a brain activation and upgrade, I get these little bumps all over my head, because all of my multi-dimensional systems are being upgraded, the sensory systems. And therefore you can see like little rashes on your body here and there. And, my kids, even when I go through an activation, a few days later, they go through an activation. And they break out in rashes as their bodies are purging the toxins, as their bodies are purging, acne. And when you're having a big activation in your third eye, in your galactic third eye, you get I get acne on my forehead. And my throat chakra, I get acne on my neck, one or two little bumps. But that's because the body is purging so much. And it's up for us to that daily self-care to clear and cleanse all toxins from not releasing. Or also too, they showed me last week that the body is so magnificent. It's just a beautiful vessel of source light. When you know, for so many years, I was holding my voice back and not speaking my truth because I didn't want to cause confrontation. You know, I wanted things to be peaceful and confrontational, not confrontational. And so that clogs up the energies too, but they were also showing me that the light that your team sends you can also get blocked as well because of that indifference that we hold within ourselves to carry such greatness and sacredness of light. You know, who do you feel you are within the all? Who are you? What do you exist within? And what exists within you? Are you holding yourself in the Most High? Are you honoring yourself as the vessel of Source, the expression of Source? So again, why self-love and daily self-care is so important to the process. It's all interrelated and interthreaded. And why we offer that to the children. Hold your light high, speak your truth. Feel that you are empowered and encouraged to create who you are, to express who you are, to know that your ideas and your suggestions are valid, and hope to change the systems of education. You know, that each and every one of us have a part to come forward and express ourselves anew. We are the micro macro of it all. We are the expression of Source. And it's time that we come forward and attune to a higher vibration of authenticity and expression. It's time. You know, it really, really is. And what were they talking about? The fields of sound. I'm just tuning in here what they wanted me to offer with sound. Okay. Okay, yeah, so I mean, there's oftentimes, you know, the practicality of our everyday self-belief, self-worth, and self-value of who we are, and expressing the purity and the authenticity and the joy of who we are as Source, as love. Can you express yourself as love because you are? Not because it has to be a certain way, it has to meet certain criteria, it has to meet certain standards, but just simplify. All that you are is the expression as love. It's love. Every moment is perfect. Every moment you're learning and you're growing and you're expanding. Every moment you can soak into greater compassion and self-love and self-forgiveness, forgiving the all. Every moment you can say, I'm deepening within my pure intention just to express myself as love today. I will express myself as love today. I will come forward and express myself as love and allow myself to feel the blessing of who I am as the expression of Source. And however it honors me. I might want to paint this afternoon. I might want to write a story in the morning. I might want to share a piece of poetry with my friend. However it is. And again, they're threading me back to those expressions that we have with one another activate codes. They activate remembrances. They activate our DNA. This is what the oneness unity is really all about. It's the gathering and the communing and the creating that sacred tribe. And we're communing and we're activating those sacred expressions within one another to then press out greater evolutionary light codes and light programs. And the sacred expression of who we are as Source is so, so, so important to the collective evolution for everything and everyone and every all life. It just is. And so what I wanted to thread back, now we're going to say this because I wanted to offer, you know, what those may experience in the everyday life, and to take it to a higher perspective, you know, rise above the fray of what goes on in the minutia of everyday life, because oftentimes you can get called back into cycles of experience that are distracting you from who you are at the center to press out and play and express who you are. And that's okay. Everybody is learning mastery. But when to align in the center of who you are, to know that your path and your journey is unique to you and no one else, that you will be guided in your own direction, in your own way, at your own timing. And it is unique to you to know your own truth, to be discerning in this highest essence of who you are with Source, and to know that it will move and it will adjust and it will evolve as you get more comfortable with that purified, rarefied expression of who you are as love. Because there's not many people that express themselves as pure love, because it's programs we've come from that have not been that self-love. It's been everything but self-love. It's been competition. It's been fight or flight. It's been, you know, winner, loser, take all. And that is not pure self-love, you know. But that's the stuff that we're clearing also as you feel your fields turn on, and those practical experiences that happen in your house happen outside in the world, that you can go into a spiral of minutia that doesn't have to be. Just stand as the pillar of light that you are and express your truth. Express yourself as light. Because perhaps you've come to be that pillar of light that can just sense and feel all things. And within your heart, you know you're just love. Just offer love, pray for love, pray for all that is love. Because Yes, they're a micro experience of you, but it might be a different story that it's telling you, not necessarily the outworn experience that you've attracted it, so it's got to be you kind of thing. No, not always. You know, and let go of those experiences that just say, I'm just light, I am being light, I'm able to express and explore and allow things to be triggered so they can be moved. And that's what Master Jesus was showing me. It's not necessarily that you're doing anything wrong. Everything is getting turned on, so just allow it to move and move through you. You're learning how to be the Christ consciousness. The Christ consciousness is unconditional love. And it's when you feel unconditional love and it gets turned on, you will feel what is not unconditional love. Although at the core of all things, it's unconditional love. That is the remembrance of living 5D. It's unconditional love, as within, so without, as above, so below, all moments. But we're learning it, and that's okay. So allow yourself just to be continually centered in neutrality. It's all source. Focus on your creative expression and your joy. Allow yourself to reach out to others, to share your stories, to share your song, to share your creativity in the highest and most exciting way and eagerness way that you are to be you. How can I be me today? How can I express who I am today? And how can I just allow everybody else to be okay being them, but not get called into the drama of it and rise above it, to know that there's a lot that's getting cleared out. There's a lot that's being, remembered as source creator, as the Christ consciousness, as our bodies and our water bodies and our chakras are all upgraded. And just send and be and pray light for all and love for all, highest and greatest good for all. And then you'll continually create those experiences of vibrational expressions of eagerness to also want to express and be the exploration of source creator, of source light, of source love, of sacred play. So just know that. So there's just the ever shifting of vibrations as everyone is vibrating and finding that experience of connection, deeper soul connection and creative expression for the collective. Because many of us have come here to co-create for the collective. And many of us have soul contracts to entangle and thread with those at a collective level so that we can create through, again, that creative expression, sharing with one another, continually amplifying one another in vibration so that the higher vibrational wisdoms and intentions and stories get downloaded so that we give to the collection. The collective energies that require those higher wisdoms and higher intellects and higher programs. And so that's that ever threading. It's there's as I said in my book 1, I can't remember, I'm pretty sure it was book 1. There's always an elegant process of beautiful divine orchestration. It's divine orchestration. It's all, there's far more than we can see and imagine. What we are coming from, which has been, it's been perfect for the games and the stories that it's played for us, is the roles of conformity and limitation, where there was very little, if any at all, creative expression at a soul level. And that is what is our biggest, I'm excited to say 2021, the vibration of 2021 will be the inspiration of creative expression and the divine relationship within it all. And we're pressing out, and we will bring light, and it will be loving, and it will be happy, and it will be joyful. Yes, there's still going to be challenges, but the more that we allow ourselves to freely express that joy, that joyful, sacred bliss, ecstasy expression goes into those energies that is the all, that is sound, that is love, that is Gaia, that is the fairies, that is the pixies, all of these threads of experience that are source creator. We can feel it and be it and sense it in every way. I can sense Gaia. I can sense the beautiful threads of Gaia that is the Elohim, that is the creator gods, that are the flora, the fauna, the flowers, the beautiful moss, and they have a consciousness. The moss have consciousness. Gaia has consciousness. I've many radio shows where I've tuned into the rock people. Rocks have consciousness. And this is what I remember being taught in school. I remember laying on the ground and looking at bugs and ants, and I'm thinking, wow, I wonder what they're thinking. I wonder what they're doing. What are they doing down there? I always knew there was a greater play that was going on, and I would look into that. I would focus into why are they doing, where are they going? Just really curious. And then when I started channeling and remembering, who I was at a source level, opening that experience of, yes, I channel I channel spirit in all ways. Whatever my soul's excitement is to explore and express with, source will bring it to me. My soul and my higher self will bring it to me because it's my joy. It's my excitement to see and feel the love and all things that is source. Because I know how to fly with it. I know how to float with it. And it's so fun. It's like you don't want anything else. Anything that I thought was important, and I've never really, the money and the abundance and all that kind of stuff was not anything to do with anything. I've never done anything for the money of it. I want to be and feel the thread of source. The thread of source. And those can tell the vibration. Those that are excited about, there's money is an expression, and it's a flow of the energy. It's an expression of source. There's no judgment in it. But you can tell the vibration of those that offer what they offer from the joy of being love, from the joy of what they do. You can tell. Why we say to our children, follow your heart, follow your excitement, because you're never going to work a day in your life. You're going to be just being you and having fun being you, and people will trade with you. They will give you that expression of creative flow through finances, through abundance. You'll find it. It'll come to you. You don't have to seek it and ache for it and pray for it and, be down on your knees begging for it. It will find you if you allow yourself to be open to all that is source in the expression of you. I love who I am. I'm going to express who I am. And those that will desire that interaction with me, they will find me. And that vibration is unique and it cannot be duplicated. The visions that I create cannot be duplicated. The vibration that I am cannot be duplicated. It is me. And so are you. You have a unique vibration that you can create your own great gifts, and you can put your name to it and say, yeah, I was in meditation and I saw this today, and share it. Light language, share it. Your codes, share it. You have your unique vibration. You don't need to take it from anybody else. That's each and every person for their own unique creative genius. They have their own unique gifts in their vibration, and what these children are being empowered to through us to say, yes, against all odds, I'm sharing my voice. Somebody's got to start. Somebody's got to start singing. Somebody's got to start dancing. Somebody's got to start painting. Somebody's got to start breaking through the conformity. That's change. We're all tuning in. We're all connecting. We're all vibrating in this collective one field, and it's time. It's time to be creative. It's time to love who we are as creative beings. It's time to come forward and say, I have a unique vibration. I am constantly being fed with Source Creator. I am constantly in alignment with love, and I will share because I want to share. I'm excited to share. And so are you. I'm being that reflection for you. There might be, judgments, and there might be energies that come up, but that's for you to work through. But I'm also showing you the perfection of who you are as you're showing me the perfection of who you are. I know it. But everybody's experience and everybody's journey is for each person to know it in and of themselves and to come forward with their pure, authentic expression for who they are. And then the whole world sings, because we're each threaded in this song that is source that I've been sensing and feeling. Threads of energy. And as each of us are threading our excitements, again, we're being downloaded in our dreams, we're being downloaded with our higher selves and our meditations and what we're really excited about, and always telling our kids, focus on your excitement, because that's how you thread into the timelines that you're meant to be in, you're meant to co-create within. It's through your creative expression. And that you'll find the people, and the people will come to you, and source and all the heavens and all of the angels and all of the beings are working on your behalf to, crisscross energies and crisscross people and synchronicities and these beautiful miracles that unfold. That's the creative expression. That is your divine relationship with source. And everyone has their own unique path and play. We're all connected. We're all one. There is no separation. The stories are all valid. It's all neutral. It's all source. And it's up to each person to do their create their own consciousness, self-care, to raise their own vibration, to heal their own stories, to come up with their own unique creative expression. And for each of us to empower it, encourage it, and inspire it. It's all unique creative expression that inspires evolution, that inspires new sound, that inspires new templates, that inspires new reality experiences. And it's through the vibration of sound. It's through the vibration of creative exploration. That inspiration just to explore is a vibration. When you're inspired to do something, that's a vibration. You can feel it. And then the next part is to act on it. Not to talk yourself out of it, but to actually act on it. So if you get a vision or a download or a meditation or a song or a journal, You just come up with, your automatic writing. There's so many gifts that people are being activated on. It's not just one or two. You've got infinite gifts, and you'll be threaded in an infinite number of ways. You're infinite. You're profound. You're vast. You're calling in energies from 5th and 6th and 10th and 11th, 12th dimensional experiences. You're infinite. You don't have just one gift. You are infinite. So let's start expressing who we are at our heart and start honoring every single being before us as sacred beings from the heavens. Regardless of how anyone acts or behaves, and just send and offer light. And enough times they'll feel and they'll remember that trigger within. Yes, I am source, and I do have a gift. Yeah, I do. Thank you for awakening. Thank you for reminding me of the perfection that somewhere within me, I absolutely know that I am pure light too. And there might be a day where I'm going to remember that I have a new gift, and I have a new gift, and I have a new gift that I can also inspire my kids to, and other people too, because I'm being my authentic truth, and I'm being my creative expression of who I am. And each person has a unique vibration. And when we're all working in that 5th dimensional frequency, and our bodies and our fields and everything is turned on, like they showed me one of my very, very first experiences in meditation, that in the infinite of the all, and this is what's just so mind-boggling, in the infinite of the all, your vibration of who you are is a unique, distinct vibrational sound and a vibrational thread. And if you look on our Facebook, we posted a picture this morning of golden threads, infinite golden threads weaving in across each other. And this is one of the explanations that remind me that no matter where you are, who you are, what you're doing, you are always able to be found by source as source through the vibrational thread that you are and you carry. Your unique thread is unique to you. You have spirit guides, you have a soul, you have teams that work with you to bring forward those creative expressions that are uniquely your sound, your vibration. All that you co-create, all that you express yourself as is a unique vibration of love, of joy, of your creative, unique name, your unique vibration. There is nobody like you. That's just what's so mind-boggling. And so I said to my teens, I remember saying, because I was always wondering, well, how can you know where I am and find me in the light ship? If you're always here, you're always with me. My very disassociated questions at that time. And they were saying, well, because you have a vibration. We know exactly where you are, and we know exactly, where you walk. We know you. You're us. And just like when we have children, right? When we think about our children, if you have 3 kids, 2 kids, 100 kids, you think of their name and it's a unique vibration, and you're connecting with them, and you're threading with them, and you're honoring them, and you've got that flow, that source creator. Source knows all names. Source knows everybody. There's not one person that is not seen, that is not known by source. Nothing slips the eye of source. Because source is within you. Every cell, source is with you. Source is speaking with you. Source is praying with you. Source is calling you. Source is singing with you. And when you're in the car, when you're in the shower, source is all. Source is all. Source is all. It's all. We are all. And again, it's that. I'm gonna do another video about this, because I wanted to do some singing and some sound so that I can explain it as I see it through the sounds with the Gaia field and this beautiful energy that's all around. I'm so excited. The sound that is vibration is no different than who we are in each body as a vibration of source. I'm going to thread it back to the chakras. When we are speaking in negativity of others or ourselves, if anything, that puts blocks in our chakra, because again, we are meant as vessels, as sacred beings of source creator, to be the expression of unconditional love of the Holy Christ, Christ consciousness. That's what Jesus had showed me. Is that there's more, it's this and that, it's all things. It's far more elegant and infinite a system than we understand. One chakra, if we just take, for instance, the throat chakra, our throat chakra is the vortice of intelligence, consciousness of it to itself, connected with all other vortices of chakras and consciousness unto itself, that our teams and our higher selves and our souls are assisting us clearing and cleansing, sending codes to. I mean, it's phenomenal. It's mind-boggling. And so when we are speaking in negativity that is not of the essence of the source, it's all valid because it's an experience that we move through, but that also places the densities within the throat. Because at the heart level and the soul level, you understand that all is perfect and all is source. Release judgment. So those are things that we got to clear, because we're remembering, oh yeah, I'm source. I love myself. I love all beings. I'm source. And then those things start to clear. So this is why, again, creative expression is so important in the cleansing, clearing process, in the realignment of who you are as source, unconditional love, expressing and receiving unconditional love. As you speak it, so too you to receive it. As you emulate it, so do you receive it. As you believe it, so do you receive it. This is why the chakras are the way they are, and how come we're realigning with the highest truth of who we are. It's just, it's phenomenal. It's awesome. Okay, on the next video, we're going to do sacred sound, because sound is so important. And I'm going to talk about the fields, the one and the all and the all and the one, the micro macro, and how we allowing ourselves to be a part of that fluid soup that is source creator, and activating ourselves within it. Know that you are absolutely unique. You are absolutely profound. You are absolutely filled with infinite creative inspirations, and that you in and of yourself are all that you need to create the life that you desire. Know that you have your own strength and your creative experiences and your creative expression that will allow you to create the life that you want, that you desire, and all things will be brought to you. You don't need to necessarily set out a separate abundance plan for yourself. Expressing who you are authentically and creatively as purely being you, your authentic truth, in all of your highest benevolence and integrity, you will allow all abundance to come to you. And it is felt as a vibration. So just know that. Be the pure vibration of integrity of who you are, and all things will be brought to you. All things. All things. Everybody else in our creation is here to inspire us to be our creative essence. And therefore, we're always building and swimming and moving and from the inspirations of all else, because we are the all. So just know that you have infinite inspiration within you to allow yourself to creatively express who you are, your truth, your vibration, your expression with source. You are the expression of source. So feel into that. What does that feel like for me? Drop all your consciousness into who you are at your divine sacred center. Release all judgments and all competition and all those energies that we've all grown up with and that we're all healing, and just say, who am I and what is my creative expression with source? What's my relationship with source? And feel into it, and allow those energies to come forward through inspiration, especially before you go to bed at night. Offer yourself those big questions. What is my creative expression? What is my divine relationship with source? How can I express fully, authentically, with great integrity, with great benevolence of who I am? Those are those questions that allow us to thread back to the soul and to the destiny and to fate, my soul's purpose, all of those great things that only you can. It's only your journey with source, and only you can get there. Nobody can tell you, only you can get there. And it's through those inner seeking, those moments where you just throw all to the abandon. It's all going to be worked out. Just give it to your guides to transmute through you and your soul. Just say, I'm ready to let that go. I don't want to play any more of these competitive ego games. I'm perfect as I am. What is my truth in sharing who I am? What has been my excitement? What has always been my greatest wish and my desire? And you'll see a thread from your growing up, those little things that you had within you that you just had to keep going back to and keep doing, because it was your joy, your soul's excitement. It was your soul's calling. And again, they're reminding me that those gifts and those expressions will change, because we're moving into this multidimensional platform that will add to it. Like a beautiful, they're showing me a smoothie, and when I make smoothies, I throw everything in. It's just like this beautiful smoothie that we just throw, herbs and, saffron and all these things. You just throw it because it's you. You want to be the full soul experience that you want to be. You are here for this earth transition. You are here for this evolution. You are here to be your expression of who you are as source. So honor it. Create sacred play and ceremony around it. Create a sacred day where you say, today I'm going to devote in sacred ceremony to my expression. Who am I? I will speak my truth in conversation, and I will speak loving acts, and I will follow it up with a loving gesture, because I am allowing myself to be the expression of source. Unconditional love is the Holy Christ. Yeshua, Joshua, many of the masters that came in emulation of the Christ consciousness to show us we are one. Don't follow me, you are me. We are all divine perfection. So express your unique truth. Be it. You are it. So profound. Sacred play. Yay! Sacred expression. Yay! Too funny. So I hope you're inspired to really soak within who you are. Be proud about who you are. Let go of all the drama and just allow yourself to soak within the essence and your beauty of who you are All will get sorted out vibrationally. Follow your own authentic, integrous truth of who you are with source. Your truth with source is like no others. You have an authentic story, you have an authentic truth, you have a unique vibration, and your vibration will be unlike anyone else's. And trust that. The more that you go within, the more that you allow yourself to trust the center of your belly, the beauty of your heart, that song will come forward, and you will be a part of this beautiful song that is creation. And you'll feel it in every way. And you'll feel so proud and honoring. And that is what self-value and self-worth and self-love is truly all about. Honoring thyself, because it's all of your soul living through you. And you've come from eons, you've come from many realms and many planets, and you're here to express that soul. You are the song of your soul. You are the expression of God, source, creator, all that is. It's incredible. Yay! Okay, everyone. Bye. Bye. Bye again.